Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Three in the Key. We're back, man. We have a great episode for you guys today. But first off, my name is Kaim, and I'm the host who just found out about this LeBron patch. I'm calling it. I think it's his last year. They gave him the custom patch. It's over with, bro. It might be clipped.
LeBron patch. What does it look like?
Oh,
it has all the colors of each team that he played for.
Right, it's gonna be on his jersey every game. Like he has this custom joint, official joint, not like just a logo. It's gonna be on the jersey.
Like doing it in the middle of the season is crazy, but
yeah, that's why I feel like he might have emailed the league like, bro, I'm gonna do y'all a solid, give y'all a heads up, and it might be over.
Well, what's going on, everybody? My name is Grant, and I'm the host that is a little bit nervous about Wembanyama. And why I say that, are the Spurs better when he's on the floor, or are the Spurs just good all around? Do the Spurs need Wembanyama? I'm going to pose that question. Put it in the comments.
That's fair. That's actually very fair. Wow, I'm going a completely different route. I think Tari Eason cracked the code of not getting fined about criticizing refs.
Oh, what did he say?
Why is it so hard to stop? Why is Denny Avita so hard to guard? And Tari Eason was like, "Man, them zebras."
Hey, bro, he probably will get a fine, bro.
Hey, I haven't seen anything yet. I think he cracked the code.
You're right. He might have. Just don't say too much. Don't talk about a specific call and you're straight. Yo, that's crazy. All right. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things, but first we're going to start off with the trade to kick off trade season. I guess the biggest superstar trade this year. I guess since the Luka trade, really. Trae Young went from Atlanta to Washington. The reports came out that was his preferred destination. He preferred to go to Washington. There's a lot of speculation on why. Atlanta also didn't get back any picks. They got back CJ McCollum, who's a good player but who's aging, and then they got Corey Kispert. So I mean, no picks. It seems a little bit low for Atlanta. It seems like why would Trae Young want to go to a losing situation? It's all kinds of weird. But who wants to take this one, man? What were your first thoughts on Trae Young going to Washington?
Hey, man, this is the first trade I've ever seen where all parties lost.
The lose trade.
Atlanta got 0 picks. Trae's okay, but he's not a winning basketball player. And Trae went to the Wizards, a poverty franchise. Truly one of the worst franchises in the league. I don't understand how anyone wants to go to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
The best years they had were when John Wall was there, and they were still getting bounced in the first round. So let's I don't understand. Now, also, let's talk about how far Trae Young has fallen. Remember when we compared Trae Young to Luka? Trae Young, Luka, they switched the
draft night.
So, yeah, they're equal to each other. Luka's getting traded, the biggest blockbuster trade ever, and Trae Young's going to the Wizards. Man, this is just a tragic tale. I don't understand why. I don't understand why he wants to go to the Wizards. I don't understand what the appeal is there, but I guess we'll see. And I'll have my popcorn ready.
Yeah, it's crazy. You actually just brought up a great point. I just realized that, like, you trade Luka, you get AD and a first rounder and a young player, and they still say it's not enough. They traded Trae and got no picks and no player close to as good as AD, even with all his injuries. That's very, very interesting decision and very interesting return.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
I mean, it was weird. It was weird for sure. I thought the weirdest thing was he said he wanted to go to Washington. Like who's ever said that in like the past 15 years? Who's said that they want to go to Washington if they're not from there? I don't know. That was weird. I feel like KD was the last person that was like, oh, I'd go back there because he's from the DMV. But
yeah,
nobody else wants to go there. Like Grant said, bad franchise. They don't really have a winning history. I will say what's interesting to me is it seems like it was money. It was about money for Atlanta. They're like, hey, we're always a play-in team. Let's just dump his contract. Like, whether he's playing or he's not, let's dump his contract. You know, we got some young guys over here. We could build with this. We're not going to be good right now, but let's see in the future. And according to CJ McCollum, he thinks that the Wizards are going to be like that in a few years. So, and he
CJ
was a bet
McCollum
over
said that post trade.
post trade.
Yeah,
He said
that's
he
a
said they
good
got some
bet. That's a good
yeah,
guy.
he said Trae Young will be a great piece. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know why he would lie about that, you know. But yeah, it was definitely about money. It's
Yeah,
definitely about money, and I hope Trey enjoys his time. I think he went there for fun because they don't play
he
winning
can put up
basketball.
shots however much he wants.
They don't have a culture of winning.
Yeah,
Put up shots, yeah. I mean, like Grant said, John Wall and Bradley Beal was the last time they were relevant. Before, I mean, I feel like they just have a history of chuckers, so maybe it's just his time. They had Gilbert Arenas.
they did. No
They had
chill, Gil.
who else was chucking over there.
Nick
They had
Young.
old Michael Jordan chucking. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe that's where you go when you don't really care anymore.
bro. This was I was flabbergasted. Y'all both know. I texted you boys like, bruh, I just don't get it. I've decided that I agree with you, Jay. I think from Atlanta side and even from Trae Young side, even though I understand his less, it was a little bit about money. I think Atlanta's just looking at it like, bruh, we don't want to pay Trae this super max. We don't think we can win a championship with him on this kind of contract. We're mid, and actually have good young talent. Like Jalen Johnson is showing you he might average 20. We got a lot of defensive guys, so they're like, we'll just get cheaper and probably still have a similar quality team. Especially, I think what really hurt Trae is that stretch this year where he missed like 10 games, and the Hawks were dang near better. They were better offensively, better defensively. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that was their best stretch.
Yeah, that was their best stretch of the year. It's very weird. So I think they might have been like, what are we paying this man for? When a lot of our young guys are going to need contracts. Dyson Daniels is going to need a new contract. Jalen Johnson is going to want a contract. The rookie or the young kid, Richardson, eventually he's not going to get a max or anything. But like they already got to pay people. They're like, if we're not going to win a championship, we might as well not win a championship. Develop our young guys and not pay this max player. And then Trae Young. The Hawks might have told Trae Young, "Yo, we don't want to really pay you like that." But the weird part is Trae Young has a $50 million player option next year. So if he could have played this whole year, came back next year for $50 million on the actual playoff team, and then said he wanted to trade. I don't really get the logic of doing it right now to go to Washington of all places, bruh. Where he's just gonna lose game. It hurts me as a fan of the Hawks and as a fan of Trae Young. It's hard for me to believe he actually does not want. He would rather take shots than win, but that seems like what it might be.
The issue with Trae Young I see is the league. The issue with the league now is it's so hard to be a small guard and truly impact winning. Like you can be a small guard on a great team and not be the best player. Big distribute first, pass first, dog on the defensive end. But Trae Young is ball dominant, not really a defensive guy, defensive liability, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And that's just, and he's not young now either. He's not really like a young guy. He's only going to go to Washington, a team with a bunch of young players, and stunt their growth because he's going to be ball dominant. So that's why I said it's a lose for each situation. There's no winner here. I actually am trying to think of a team that he would have been good on. And I can't think of maybe like the Grizzlies. Maybe he should have gone to the Grizzlies and take Ja's spot as being a shooter. But I can't think of a team that needs Trae Young.
I mean, if you don't have to trade anything, I think Milwaukee might take him. I think Milwaukee might take him.
Okay, for the price.
Okay, yeah.
Well, the price was an old vet and Corey Kispert.
Yeah, I'm sure other teams in the league here's where I do agree with you, Grant. I don't think anybody is trying to go get Trae Young as their best player. I agree with that. That's why I chose Milwaukee, where like he could be. I feel like if he's your second best player, or like if you want a super team third best, that's where you really want. But for this type of price, I don't understand why Atlanta didn't just say, "Yo, everybody send in your offers." Like I know Trae said he wanted to go to Washington, but no disrespect. Forget that, bro. I'm not taking CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert without even listening to what one of these teams that are close might do. Like the Rockets lost Fred VanVleet. Do I think the Rockets will really do that because of their culture? No. But I'm just saying, like, you're not even going to listen and try to figure this out?
What I see from this is the Hawks are going to build around Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
They said, like, yo, Jalen Johnson, you're going to be our guy from now on. Dang, I don't even know what the rest of the roster looks like. Zachary Ricochet.
Yeah, they
Is he
got
off the
Dyson
bench?
Daniels, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. They
Dyson
got
Daniels.
Luke Kennard. Then they got the bigs
Vision.
Okonkwo and Mohamed Gay. They
Hey,
got
they got Kristaps.
yeah, they got Kristaps. I forgot about Kristaps.
Kristaps.
I forgot about
Kristaps.
Kristaps.
Okay.
He's there.
Jalen and Kristaps. They're building around them, and they're gonna bring CJ McCollum in as the vet to like
Yeah,
stretch the floor a little bit.
yeah. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think Washington, though, I will say from Washington's perspective, I think it's kind of I don't know, Grant. I think there's a win-win from their perspective because they didn't give up that much. And they're already terrible. So it's like, because they're already terrible and they didn't give up much, either A, Trae Young is going to prove everybody wrong and he's going to drag them to the playoffs in future years. And it's going to be like, wow, we're a good team now. Or they'll just keep tanking. They're already tanking. And instead, they'll probably sell more tickets. Like, I feel like they're like, hey, we'll take this shot in the dark if it's going to cost us CJ McCollum. That's fine.
Mhm.
Do y'all have I'm not enough of a ball knower to really have an opinion. Do either of y'all know anything about Corey Kispert? And do either of y'all have a suspicion that the Hawks think he's better than everybody else think he is, and that's why they made this trade?
I don't think they think that.
I don't think they think that either. I think
I don't think there's been any evidence that would make him think that. Especially because they have good players that they could play over Corey Kispert. I mean, he's a good role player to have. I'd rather give the other guys the same minutes they've been getting.
I think he's an 8 to 9 points per game type of role player.
Yeah, and they already have that.
Yeah, they have that. I mean, yeah, this year he's averaging 9.
8.8.
Yeah.
He's not super young either, so like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. This was an odd one.
I don't know.
Maybe. This is an odd one because, Jay, you're exactly right. When I first heard about this trade, I think, bro, I asked you, Grant, I said, yo, is Trae Young from Washington? Because this is definitely an odd one. This is a very, very odd one, but I mean, hey. Y'all got any final thoughts before we move on?
Hey, man, the Washington Wizards are such a sorry franchise. The best players from the 60s in the franchise.
Whoa!
Wes Unseld.
Wes Unseld over John Wall and No Chill Gill?
I'm taking John Wall.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Wes Unseld, I'm pretty sure he did win
Unseld.
championships, yeah. I think Wes Unseld won championship.
2-time MVP. Come on now.
Oh, I didn't know he was a 2-time MVP.
All right. I guess I'll respect it, but I'll just say next year we're about to see Trae Young on their all-time team. That's how bad it is.
Probably. Bruh,
He's
Bill
the
Walton,
answer,
bro. What about Bill Walton?
I don't think that's where he made his mark.
Good old-fashioned Bill Walton. But yeah. This man Wes Unseld.
Whoa. Yo, I mean, Wes Unseld won MVP and Rookie of the Year the same season?
Yeah, but I actually just looked that up and seen that, bro. His first year in the league, he won MVP. That's OD.
I was reading. I was like, hold on.
Bro, he pulled up in a league that Wilt Chamberlain had to have been playing, too, and still won MVP.
Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West.
Look, man. I always respect those guys. Come on, bro.
It's not the same.
Bro, if your pictures are in black and white, I'm sorry. You were before people really picked up the ball. Or were like, there's money in hooping. I'll respect you for your effort.
I hate to agree, but I do agree. Tiebreaker. I actually do. I respect the superstars. I think if you combine all the superstars from the old days would still be able to play because they're superstars. But I think every single bench player would be pretty much from this era, bro. Like you can't, bro. Dylan Brooks probably would have been a dog in the 60s, bro. Because Dylan Brooks is a good player. Like, bro, the athleticism they had, they were playing in Chucks, bruh. It wasn't even fair. There's no way they were explosive in the Converse.
But we'll never know.
We won't.
It's okay.
Mistaken. His MVP season, he was averaging 16.2 points per game.
And that's your GOAT.
16.9 rebounds.
Oh, well, that's why.
And 4 assists.
All right, bro. If we look up the average height of a player back in the 60s, I'm sure it's
but bro, 6'7". I will say, bro, that's a lot of rebound.
Average.
You got to think about it this way. There was more misses because they didn't have shooters. There's just misses also. Okay, I respect the generation.
Hey man, he averaged 18 rebounds one season. I don't know, bro.
Bro, he
18
averaged
rebounds is
he
crazy. Okay.
averaged double-digit rebounds for 12 years straight, bruh. Like so I guess he was a rebounder because Bill Russell's numbers don't pop off the screen like that. To be honest, in terms of his points, he must have been a crazy dog on defense because I'd be looking at Bill Russell's numbers like, dang, these look pretty all right. Bill Russell will be averaging like 16
Bill
points,
Russell
but he'll be averaging like 25 rebounds though. It'll be like 16 points
He
and
was just an
25
early
rebounds. Oh, you said what, Jay?
He was just an early DeAndre Jordan. It's okay.
I will say, I just looked it up. Bill Russell's career low, like his worst year ever rebounding, career low was 18.6 rebounds a game. Nah, he was rebounding. His career low was 19 a game. I've never seen that before, bruh. This man had 10 years averaging 20 plus rebounds a game.
Those rebounding stats are inflated, bro. Those 60s rebounding stats. Someone needs to get those aligned.
Yeah, they need to get him online, bro. But all right. Speaking of the old heads, man, and comparisons, the next thing, bro, KD this week just passed Wilt Chamberlain, the Big Dipper, to go to seventh. Yeah, seventh place in scoring. He's closing in quick on Dirk for sixth. And so, I mean, if we assume, knock on wood, no injuries or anything like that, KD will be sixth in scoring very soon. By the end of the season for sure. But he is not talked about like a top 6 player. So, like, what do y'all think the difference is? This man is obviously, he's a crazy scorer. It's not just longevity, even like they say with Bron. Even though Bron averages a lot, KD averages more than Bron. KD has a very high scoring average. Top 6, 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs. Why is he top 6 in scoring, but not top 6 in people's minds?
You know why, bro. You know why. He decided to ruin basketball for 2 years, and the basketball gods finished him by getting the 3rd year. That's why.
Yeah.
Bro, everybody knows that if he didn't get injured that 1 year, they would have three-peated.
Yeah. Yeah.
They took him to 6, and they were injured half the time. Like, come on. I respect Kawhi. Like, there's no asterisk next to championships. But for those of us that watched it live, we know.
Because KD came back for half of one quarter, and they looked like they were about
shook. They had no answer, bro. They had no answer.
He was a dog.
But yeah, to answer your question, it's because he went to the Warriors, and people don't respect that move. Now, I do. I decided that I do. Because if you're a ring culture type of person, then I respect KD. If you're not a ring culture type of person, then we have no problem. Basically, that's how I feel.
Here's my thing about KD.
Yeah.
I actually truly believe that in about 5 to 10 years after he retires, no one's going to remember the Warriors thing. And we're going to look at KD at 5th or 6th or 4th on the all-time scoring list and be like, oh, yeah, like he was like that. He was a dog.
Dang.
I think when what were you going to say?
No, I just said, dang, you think he's gonna overcome it?
I think he's gonna overcome it. We don't look at KD as someone who carries a team like those top 10 players. Like we don't see him as Kobe, who like dragged the Lakers to championships. We don't see him as LeBron, of course, or Jordan. You see KD as honestly, at times, probably most of the time, the best player on the floor, offensively and even probably defensively too. Like, two-way, great player. It's one of those guys where it's like you just plop him on any team, you're a championship team. How many guys can you say that for, other than the LeBrons, the Kobes, Michael Jordans?
He has the Michael Jordan. See, some player.
Like, put him on any team, he's a championship. Like his whole career, OKC championship team, Warriors championship team. We put him on the Rockets, and we're talking about the Nets, the sorry Nets. And they were championship team.
And that's another example, bro. If they weren't injured,
if they were injured,
17,
his legacy would have went a whole different way, probably. If he could have got a chip over there.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is, bro, I asked this whole question in trying to be like a semi-professional manner, but at the end of the day, I agree with Jay, bro. I think it's very simple. I think is that you have to understand the move KD made as well to understand why people were so mad. Yes, they're mad because they made an unfair team with the most 2 recent MVPs, bro. Like, Like, Steph was MVP in 16, Steph was MVP in 15, KD was MVP in 14. So it's like, what the heck? That's number one. And then you have Clay, who was arguably at that time the greatest shooter ever. And now we know is definitely Steph. And then you have Draymond. Then their role players at OD. They got Iguodala. They got Sean Livingston. It was just OD. But I think the worst part of it is actually that OKC with KD was up 3-1 on the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, bruh. They had a great squad. Him and Russell Westbrook. I wish they had kept James Harden too, but they didn't. So him and Russell Westbrook, they're up 3-1. They got Game 6 Clayed, and they lost. They got walked down from 3-1. Happens. That was a 73-win team. It happens. But I just don't understand the mentality, bro, of like if you lose at the YMCA, bro, you lose at the park. The first thing you say, if it was close, like if you get blown out, that's one thing. But you lose a close game, you're like, nah, run it back. Run it back, bro. We got to run it back. How could you be like, yo, I'm going to go join that team 6 months later after they just beat me? That's crazy.
Classic saying. If you can't beat him, join him. He wasn't confident. He must have knew something that we didn't. Maybe he looked at his team and he was like, dang, we beat them 3 times, but I bet they beat us in a Game 7 series again next year. He said, I bet if I go to any other team, they're still going to beat us. Yeah. I'm going to join them.
Yeah, he probably
did. Only was a LeBron.
Yeah, even LeBron wasn't beating him. Nobody was beating him. Like, I bet he was surprised, like, dang, I can't even believe LeBron got this one. Because after KD and them lost, LeBron won that one. That was the 3-1 comeback in the finals. And I bet KD was like, what? How's that even possible? And he realized, dang. I think the other thing that he might have realized psychologically, too, was not only would I have to beat the Warriors, who just won 73 games, but LeBron just beat them, which means I could beat the Warriors next year, make it to the finals, and then I still got to beat the team that beat them to try to get a chip. And he probably was like, it's going to be impossible. But I actually respect KD. I mean, I got a KD jersey above my head every recording. I respect KD as a hooper. As a hoops fan, I can't act like he's not good. But I just am not a fan of the player because he's just is different. I also think it's just core memories, bro. Like, the core memories of watching sports is like, I remember, I feel like Jay in college, you must have talked about it, where I was like, dang, bro, KD, they're probably going to win every championship while we're in college. Like, this is their era. They got this joint. That joint was insane. The other question I popped in. Wait, go ahead, G.
We always say that, but like, it didn't really happen. Like, they won 2 and then they lost and then
they got injured
at the third.
Yeah.
It's like we said that about the Thunder, and now the Thunder looking a little shaky recently. Losing to the Hornets.
Yeah, their confidence is shook, but
so
that's neither here nor there.
I think whenever we said that about the Celtics, we're like, oh, the Celtics are going to be great for the next 5 years.
No, I never said about the Celtics.
Then they was that.
But, bro, it's different, bruh. KD and Steph.
That's 1A and 1B on the same team.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
That's 2 of the best 3 players probably in the world, bro, on the team at the same time. That would be like if Jokic was like, yo, forget that. We lost in 7 games to OKC. I'm going to OKC. It would be like, yo, if you do that, it's over. That was like, I think it's just is that perspective. And then I also think what hurts KD, because I think you're right, Grant. They only won 2. We acted like it felt like in our minds they were going to win 5 or 6, but they only won 2. What put the nail in the coffin was that the Warriors had won before. And then what really made it worse is the Warriors also won after.
Yeah.
The Warriors won in 15. Then they won in 17 and 18 with Durant. And then Durant left and they won again in 22. And it's like, all right. So you really did just join a team that already was good enough to win 2 chips.
Mm-hmm.
And you just joined them boys. That's insane. That literally, like, 2 chips. That would be like if LeBron during Kobe's prime after Shaq, they won those 2 chips. If LeBron was on that team at some point, like, yo, they won 2 chips without you. And now LeBron's going to also join the team. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see anything like that again.
We won't. I actually, to your point, Grant, I cannot believe they only won 2 in hindsight. Bro, Draymond Green really needs to work on himself, bro.
Oh, yeah. Bro, they could have had 5 rings.
Bro, they could have been the greatest team ever, probably. They probably could have got 6 and 8 years like Jordan. If Draymond Green was slightly more likable. Like, bro, work on yourself. You cost your squad.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because then they went after it and everybody forgot.
Yeah.
I think time heals all. Time heals all, and again, KD will be one of the greatest players ever to play the game in 10 years.
He might be
When
top
they
5
induct
in scoring one day.
I think
They're
10
gonna
years.
induct him to the Hall of Fame, and everyone's gonna forget about what happened to him going to the Warriors, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, 2 championships."
I
top
don't
5
know.
scorer.
But I think every time they bring his name up,
I think 10 years is too recent, Grant. You gotta go at least like 20. You gotta go like 20 years because we we remember right now, but in 20 years we won't be that old. Like we won't be that old. I'll still remember, be like, oh wow, KD's in the Hall of Fame. They'll be like, oh, Dad, who's this guy, KD? And then I'm gonna be like, and Kaim's gonna be like, he's a snake.
he's a snake. KD the serpent, bruh. I've already darn near trained up my girl, bro. I'm like, yeah, bro. You see this man? He's a snake. All right, bro. Last quick question that popped in my head, and I'll get y'all out of here. Do y'all think legacy-wise, because we're talking about the legacy, he's still top 5 scorer. Grant, to your point, like you feel like people will forget. Do y'all think his legacy would have been better if he stayed? Let's say he stayed at OKC, like I would have wanted him to, but then he never won a ring, because that's probably what he's thinking. Do you think his legacy would have been better if he never won a ring, but he stuck it out like Charles Barkley or something, or AI, or if he got the 2?
No, you need the rings. I'm sorry. You need at least one, bro. Giannis got Milwaukee one,
and now he's straight.
Now he's You get the team that committed to you one. You're good, bro. They love you for life. The league respects you. Like KD needed even if they're not with the Thunder, he needed those.
So that's obviously he probably looked himself in the mirror, had a very similar conversation with himself, and he decided they might hate me, but they can't take these rings.
Mm-hmm.
They can't take these rings.
You hear we talk about AI. You hear we talk about Charles Barkley. But they're like,
Every year someone wins a championship, they move down.
They have the
yeah, for real. Like Jokic, once he won one, is like, all right, he's definitely above Barkley. We know that. He's definitely above C Webb. We know that. Yeah. It's crazy.
Y'all seen those AI pictures? It was like, who needs to get up from the table? And it's like 7 NBA players, and they'd be like, yeah, AI, get up, son.
No, I never. Nah, bro. Yo,
and it'd be like Steph in the back standing up, and like, yeah, AI, get on up.
Yeah, but they always be dumb, bro. Like I saw one with Ja Morant yesterday. It was like Ja Morant, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, and like I don't know, Damian Lillard. They're like, who needs to give a seat to Ja Morant? And somebody was like, Steph will stand up to show him the door.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, bro. I like Ja, but Ja done took a nosedive a little bit, bro. Ja went from being a super duper star to like a really, really good player, and that's a big difference, bro. That's a big difference. Like he was the best player on a 2 seed 3 years ago. That's way different.
Yeah, I need him to step it up too.
Yeah, whatever happened to Ja, bro? They took away his guns, and this man, dang near, he can't hoop anymore.
And give Zion BBLs. They can't hoop anymore.
That's what I'm, bro.
We need to email Adam Silver, man.
Bro, he needs to hoop today.
Get Ja his guns back.
Say, bro, hey, yo, the Grizzlies might be like, hey, bro, we gotta let this man show his guns on social media, bro. He shows his guns on social media. He's 27 points a game. He doesn't show his guns. He's 19 points a game. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, y'all, man. We appreciate y'all joining us. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this with somebody. We're on everything. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Hey, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.